Finales are always, as we know, the hard point for all these MCU. I just said that. That's
Oh
crazy. I
no
can't believe I just
way!
said that.
Yeah, you're done for,
Guys, you have permission to yell at me, bro.
You're done for.
I can't believe I said that. I'm actually mad at myself. That's
You're
crazy.
done for, bro. You're done, dog.
MCU, bro. Come on, man.
This is the Words from the Nerds podcast.
Welcome back to the Words from the Nerds podcast. I am Aiden. This is my co-host, Charlie. Charlie, how are you doing
I thought
today?
you were about to say it the way I thought you were about to say it the way. I'm doing fantastic. You know, it's a lovely Tuesday night. We are one full day away left to the season finale of She-Hulk. And I have to say, after this episode, which we are about to talk about, I am very, very excited about what we are going to see. And not only because of a certain someone showed up this episode. So,
Yeah.
but we'll touch on that.
I'm very excited. I think I don't know. I hope it's a little bit longer, the final episode. I don't want them to jam pack a lot of stuff, but I am super excited for it, especially after this past episode. I thought this past episode was a banger. I thought it was done so well.
So well.
And I think it's safe to say that we agree on that. I think we both really liked it. So
yeah. It's just one little weirdo who doesn't agree.
Yeah.
He's not here. He wasn't man enough to hop on the podcast. Go check out Aspire Entertainment, guys.
I'm busy, guys.
Maybe, yeah, leave him a comment. I'm busy. Okay. You just knew you were wrong. It's okay.
Oh, man. He's actually lucky he didn't join because we would have
torn him apart.
I will say I do have some little criticisms. It's not anything wild, but you can't tell me that
listeners, I'm rolling my eyes.
You can't tell me that Leapfrog wasn't a little bit corny.
Did I say audience listeners? Audio
listeners.
Leapfrog was what?
I think he was a little bit like we've talked about like the Disney Channel aspect a lot, and I feel like he fell into that category with like the Elf from Asgard and like Mr. Immortal and stuff. Like that opening scene, I was just kind of like, oh man. Like, you know, here we go again.
When he flew up and fell. That was so telegraphed. I knew he was gonna fall.
Yeah. And not only that, but like he like does this thing, he's like spinning toe jam or something and like kicks the dude's foot. And the criminal's like, oh, and like grabs his foot. And I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, come on.
One thing, hold on. What was funny was ribbit and rip it. That was so funny to me. I don't know why. That was hilarious.
I don't know. He was just kind of corny, man.
Yeah, I get you. I found it funny that this whole time we knew he was going to be in the show, and the build up, everybody's calling him Frogman, and then the day before the episode drops, they tell us his name is Leapfrog.
Yeah, like surprise, it's Leapfrog.
We all took an L.
I will say I do like how they start this off, where Jen just straight up says previously on my show, and at that point I was like, oh, we're getting Daredevil. I mean, we already knew, but like I was like I like what they're doing here. Previously on my show. Don't forget that, my show. Why don't we start off, because we're going to talk a lot about what we liked and a lot about the stuff that was good and everything. Was there anything in this episode that you didn't like? Any like criticisms, any negatives that outweigh the positives or stuff like that?
I mean, I agree with what you said about the Disney Channel thing, but other than that, no, honestly. I mean, I don't want to say that to sound like I think that this was like a perfect episode. I don't think it was perfect, but it was really, really, really good. I've got on record and said like this is one of like the top episodes of all the Disney Plus shows, Marvel MCU Disney Plus shows for sure. And I think that is probably due in large part to Matt, but nothing else sticks out to me other than that Leapfrog stuff. So yeah, I think they nailed it on this one. And I think I heard somebody say, literally, I hadn't heard this until just like an hour ago, that this one had a different writer than the other episodes.
Oh wow.
So could be something to be said there. So okay. But even though I liked episode 7 though too, so You know,
Yeah,
not as much as this one, but
I think it was a real good follow up to episode 7. Also, like she's on the top of the world for the first time in a long time. She's feeling really good for the first time in a long time, and then that ending, which caught me off guard big time,
chills, bro. I had
just
chills.
kind of brought her back down. Um, okay, I guess before we get into the main stuff about this episode, I will say Luke Jacobson, hilarious, bro. Like he kills it with the line delivery when like
Yeah.
Jen's walking out after like telling him about like the trial and everything, and he's like goodbye tragedy, you know? And then like later on, she's like, wait, Luke, and he's like, yes, clown.
That's my
Like
guy, bro.
he's like an underrated goat in this show.
Yeah,
Like
what
at
can I
first I
say?
didn't really like him. I was like, he's kind of doing too much, but I think he's come around on me, and I found him absolutely hilarious in this episode. But now that you say there was a different writer, that's kind of interesting because now I'm
I
like,
haven't fact checked that myself, just to say that I just saw someone
yeah,
else say that. So
if that is true, I mean, there's a lot of stuff like they made a lot of the characters more likable. They did a lot of different things, and I guess I can kind of feel that. I mean, if there isn't a different writer, then I'm gonna sound completely stupid. But if there is a different writer, I can tell because stuff with like Luke Jacobson and like some of the writing, obviously, besides the leapfrog stuff, kind of makes sense why I liked it more this episode than previous episodes.
yeah. For me, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of biased. Brother and I have the same last name,
Yeah.
but he was yeah. No, he was. I liked it. There was one line. I think you mentioned it a little bit already when he called her a clown in court right after he inevitably got the W.
Yeah.
He said something else after that that I found funny as well. It was at the end of the when she was like, "Can you still make some suits for me?" And he's like, "I
Oh, he's like,
yeah, I
no, because I hate you.
yeah." It was like that was like on the border of Disney-ish stuff, but like it was still funny, and I can
Yeah,
appreciate it for that.
his line delivery saves it a lot.
Yeah.
And then he even told like Leapfrog, he was like, I don't know who told you you could pull this color off, but you need to go up to them and you need to shoot them, or like shoot them in the face. I was like, oh my god, okay. It's just like, how do you come up with that, bro? How do you just you need to go up to them and you need to shoot them? I was like, damn. Um, and I mean, we jump straight into it, man. There's really no setup that we can do. Our boy is back. He is the GOAT. He is him, Matt Murdock.
Mm,
Damn.
yes, sir.
That
Yes,
entrance,
sir.
bro. That
God, I
entrance
got
is
so
so
hyped.
amazing.
I got so hyped.
Oh, the
It was
camera just pans down and he's like, I'm here.
dude, and
Yes, he
he
did.
walks. I just loved like one of the first things he says is a joke, just to piss
Yeah.
off all the what do you say? Sorry, I couldn't find parking or whatever. And it was just like, dude, banger, absolute banger.
And that's the thing, like that mixed with the like he's lying. And then he turns like, don't ask me how I know. I know. Like he pulled those jokes off in the Netflix show, bro. He pulled those jokes off in the Netflix show.
Yeah,
He did. And so
he
anybody
did.
complaining about it, it's literally just a change of environment that makes everyone hate it so much. It's just because he's in the MCU, and so any joke they're like, oh my god, oh my god. Like, how did you feel about the line that they dropped before the episode came out, where he was like, "Huh, my ass remains
I
unwhooped."
loved it. I laughed. I'm not
Yeah,
kidding. I watched the clip 3 times before the episode. Laughed every time. Watched it in the episode. Still laughed. It's so good. I think Charlie, I mean, a large part of it is Charlie Cox. I just want
yeah,
to, he is fantastic. He loves playing Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and it really shows. And also his timing and just his acting chops are absolutely phenomenal. But just that to me is Daredevil. Like that was just
yeah,
funny. My ass remains unwhooped in this,
yeah,
like, and he gave a little chuckle, and then he just does it. Goes back to doing his badass shit.
yeah.
Excuse me, but it's like, oh my god, man! Like this made me so happy on so many levels. Because if you think about, we haven't seen him as Daredevil since 2018, so that's
Yeah,
crazy, and it's so nice to see him back.
yeah. Um, and then even that line, the one that really got me was whenever he's like, I think Matt's telling Jen, he's like, you don't get it. Leapfrog is is the bad guy here. He like kidnapped Luke and whatever. And she's like, why didn't you tell me that before? And he's like, oh, why didn't you ask before? Immediately trying to whoop my ass.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I started dying, dude. It's
Dude, it
just
was
great.
and that's another thing, their chemistry, the way they play off each
Yes,
other.
bro.
I want more of
Yeah.
Charlie Cox and Tatiana Maslany together. They are fantastic together.
Yeah.
That whole, even just starting with them in the bar after she lost the case,
Hmm.
and the way they were bouncing off of each other there, like she got him so nervous. She got Matt Murdock nervous, standing
Yeah.
there awkwardly after the conversation. That's
Yeah.
that's some fantastic stuff. But then the entire, even just like, I've seen people talk about it already on Twitter, but like that moment when they're sitting on the rooftop looking down at the goons trying to decide how to get in there, and they just stare into each other's eyes,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
That's so good, man. All of it is just fantastic. I love it all.
It's also a testament to him and his character and how they had to write him, that he just came in and just elevated the courtroom scene by that much. If you think about it, we said we like the courtroom scenes. We said that we're sucker for courtroom scenes, but every single case they've had, it's always been some corny client that just kind of brings it down. Like the girl judge that was doing Titania and She-Hulk's trial, and she was like, "I have some samples here," and then like she starts taking samples, and then all of a sudden she's like, "Actually, yeah, you can't go practice." Like, it was all just weird. But this one, like, he just elevates it so much and gives us the best courtroom scene in the entire season, and it's all backpacked on him. And then even She-Hulk plays off of it like even better as well. Like other lawyers she's went up against, it had like the dialogue. It's just all kind of been like kind of hit or miss. This one, he comes in using all these big words, blah 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 blah, blah, and then she's playing off of it, and he's playing off of it. It's just, it's such a short scene, but it's such a good scene, and most of that is him, and then Jen elevating him, and him elevating Jen. It just makes it
Yeah.
one of the best in the entire season.
It was so fantastic. It was so fast too, and I was like, "That's I." But I loved that about it too, because I was lost in trying to keep up. But I feel like that's how it should be for me, because
Yeah,
like as these two are trying to out lawyer each other, that's not proper terminology, but it doesn't matter. As they're doing this, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to keep up. I catch little things like the Sokovia Accords have been repealed, and
yeah,
I was like, "Oh, that's sick," and then by the time I'm sitting there reacting to, "Oh, that's sick," they've already had like 5 other sentences of conversation that I completely missed out on, which again, that's fine. Like they're talking fast, they're talking back and forth at each other, trying to one up each other in court. And I was like, dude, this is the type of stuff I was waiting for from this
yeah.
show specifically. Because I think back to like Daredevil, I want to say it was season 2. Obviously there's there's the court scene with Frank Castle, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's one other one where Matt is it's not even it's almost a one shot, but not really a one shot, of Matt talking to the jury about some guy not telling his employees about a chemical leak or something that they were exposed to, something like that.
Hmm.
But that whole scene was fantastic, and it reminded me of that so much. And so seeing this really, I want to say nostalgia, but I wasn't like super young when I watched the Daredevil
Yeah,
show. So, but I guess it was similar to that feeling, and it just felt so good. And I also
yeah,
don't want to say nostalgia because I don't want it to sound like I'm just it only was good because of the nostalgia factor, quote unquote.
yeah,
It was, but it was just good on its own. So
yeah. Speaking of the Sokovia Accords, okay, were you Team Cap or Iron Man?
Cap.
Let's go.
Yeah, bro. Like
Let's go.
I get it. Like I love Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm not gonna pick Team Iron Man just because that's the thing. Like these people, they be talking about like, oh, Spider-Man's my favorite hero. Okay, Spider-Man has high morals and stuff like that too. So even if you're picking a Team Iron Man just because he's your favorite hero and he's on that team, like you're not thinking about this from a moral standpoint.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's your favorite hero? Get over yourself. What are you talking about? Shut up.
Dude,
You know what you're talking about.
I just agreed with Cap more when it
Yeah.
came down to it. That man was in the right. There's no reason to. But then again, that's what makes Civil War so beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
They both have their like they both have their reasonings, and we see throughout all their movies and all the movies before why they believe so deeply in their reasonings. Cap's like, no, we can't trust the government because look what happened with Hydra. Tony's like, no, we can't trust ourselves because look what happened with Sokovia. Beautiful, but Team Cap will always prevail. That's why you're the GOAT. That's why Team Cap is the GOAT. That's why this podcast is the GOAT, baby. Case closed, mic
Hell
drop.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Get on that soapbox.
but yeah, and then him and Jen kind of talking in the court case, or the court, the what's that place called? I can't remember, but that lawyer bar that they all go to all the time.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was great when she looks at the camera and she's like, what'd she say? She's like, we're all feeling this, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. This man is
Amen.
making me fall in love, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. He got me wrapped around his finger just as much as you. But
No
yeah,
lie.
I loved all that. The little fourth wall breaks, and she's like, who's this asshole? It was just so good, dude. So good. But he also says that Luke Jacobson made him a couple of new suits.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
shit, dude.
very peculiar to me because obviously I think it was either last week or one of the other episodes that we touched on his other tailor that got arrested. And also it's interesting to think about his old tailor now with the context of this episode, because a lot of people are taking the fact that they played the intro
Mhm.
of his old show as like confirmation, quote unquote, that it is canon and that all that stuff happened. And so taking that into context, so that would just leave Luke Jacobson here. And I also like that they clarified this, because one of my complaints was like, so struggling lawyer Matt Murdock goes to a high-end designer to make his suits. How does he afford that? But it looks like he does cases for Luke Jacobson, like if he needs him, like he's his lawyer. So then he would just
Yeah.
make him the suits anyway. So I enjoyed that part of it as well. But yes, multiple suits. I hope we get rid of. I mean, okay, I don't hate it as much as everybody else does.
Yeah.
I thought the ketchup and mustard jokes were funny from Jen in this, but I agree.
Yeah.
I think we need to move on from this, and I think it was just. I don't think we'll see it again. I think it was
Yeah.
just like a one
Then
off.
then what do we see in Daredevil Born Again?
Gotta be
That's
red.
what I
It's
want
gotta
to
be
know.
It's gotta be some new red, bro. It's gotta be new, all red.
I wonder if, because we know they're doing the black and red for the Spider-Man animated show for Spider-Man freshman year, but I wonder if they're also going to bring it back live action and have them in like the black and red in Echo, and then that ties into Daredevil, and then he has it in Daredevil, and he rocks the black and red. Um, or if he just like completely changes up the suit so that, because I don't know, if let's say we're tying it into the Daredevil unit, we're doing a soft reboot. I don't see him wearing the same red Daredevil suit again after everything that happened with Bullseye. And so I can see him going to black, but if he doesn't go to black, if he doesn't do the yellow and red, I don't know where else they go, because it all depends on how much is canon and what is canon and what's not canon. Because if he goes back to the all red suit after everything that happened with Bullseye, it's gonna be kind of weird. If that is still technically canon in this universe, but
I can agree. I think it'll be a new red one. Me personally,
yeah.
but that is a good thought though. The red and the black. I wonder how that would look in like that would.
Ooh,
That
I
would
feel
be
like that would
clean.
look sick. But that's
Yeah,
the thing. If they do a lot of night, because I mean, in the Netflix show, they did a lot of night scenes, a lot of night
yeah.
sequences. I mean, obviously, because you can't do much in broad daylight. But I wonder how that black would look shooting a whole bunch of night sequences, or like a whole bunch of night scenes, or like even a hallway scene. Which I say that, but
Well, he
he did
wore
rock the
his whole
yeah,
black thing. Yeah.
yeah. Oh man, dude, that would be that would look sick. Did you, for like a second there, did you think he was gonna name drop Foggy and Karen?
Dude, I was hoping he
Oh,
was.
dude, I was like waiting if he did it, bro. I would have screamed, bro. I would have
When he
freaked out.
said us, because he mentioned us like back at the law firm, and
Yeah,
I really wanted him to say it, man. I
dude.
didn't think he was gonna say Karen, but I was really hoping Foggy was gonna get dropped because it just seemed like the most natural thing that would have come up, but he didn't do it, man. But it's okay. It's okay.
I
It's okay.
the moment we see Foggy back, bro, like whether it's Echo or Daredevil Born Again,
Oh my god, I
so
love him
freak
so
out,
much.
dude. I
Dude,
love
I'm loving him
Foggy.
so much. Oh my gosh.
Um, this guy, Foggy Stan or what? Um, oh my god, bro. Then okay, so after that, after everything at the law firm or at the law bar and everything, she gets a call from Todd, and probably one of the most out of pocket like lines in the MCU. I'll just reiterate this for anyone that's somehow forgot. God, no one is collecting African shit on my level. Wakanda
Oh my
forever.
god, dude. Yeah. Oh my god, that was crazy.
Oh, and then she's like, that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, she did. That was so good, bro.
Oh, dude. Like, as much of a like douchebag as he is, his line delivery is just perfect, bro. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude. I was dying, but at the same time, I was like, I had the same reaction that Jen had when she found out Matt was Daredevil. Like, is that problematic? That kind of sounds
No, yeah, no, yeah.
problematic.
Bro, he said I actually studied abroad there, and I was like, bro, shut up. Shut up. Shut the
Oh,
actual hell up,
dude.
bro. I just love that
Oh,
because it felt like more of like an inside thing for like the fans. Because I mean, I don't know if it's known like in universe, like the well, I guess it would be. It would be known that only Wakandans are allowed in there.
yeah.
But
Oh man, it was just so funny, dude. He was like, "God, nobody's collecting African shit on my." I was like, "What?" Like
dude,
my jaw dropped. I think I have my reaction. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And then he's like, "Wakanda forever." And she's like, "Okay, that makes me uncomfortable." Just such a good scene. Like that was hilarious. Um, and then yeah, then we get everything with She-Hulk and Daredevil. Did you ever think that you would see She-Hulk and Daredevil fighting, and that it would be as good as
not
it
in my
was?
not in my entire life. But hold on, I want to go back to the Todd thing real quick.
Yeah.
Because I was one of the people that was not adamant so much, but I did think that Todd could potentially be involved with this intelligentsia stuff or getting the blood
Hmm.
and that sort of thing. But this whole interaction made me kind of think otherwise. But I don't want to completely rule it out because he was still at the gala
Yeah. Yeah.
later in the
That's
episode, which was strange. So but if that's the case, it's looking like the one thing you didn't want, Aiden,
yeah.
might be coming to fruition, my
I
boy.
I think after this episode, it makes me kind of accept it more, just because yeah, he was at the gala. What business does he have being at the gala? Um, and also like him just randomly texting Jen to like meet up with her. That I feel like there's more to that I'm not picking up on, or there's more to that they're gonna explain later. Like
Yeah.
oh, I need to get Jen out of this situation, or I need to get her away from Daredevil, or something. I don't know. I something has to come from that, but I actually start to lean more into it being Todd after that scene and seeing him
Okay.
at the gala.
Okay.
Um, so I would definitely not be surprised. Which at this point in time, I really wouldn't be mad at, just because they're building on him a lot more and they're showing more scenes with them too, and they're kind of building it up a bit. So I wouldn't be
Yeah.
mad at it. Um, and then yeah, we get the theme. Oh, dude, it's just
I
oh,
freaked out, man.
so
I
good.
freaked out when it happened. I couldn't believe they did that. I
Yeah.
didn't think in a million years they would do that. I thought they would try to distance themselves from it as much as they can. Like they would only stick to it story wise rather than like all the cool stuff. But they did that, man, and that just made me so happy. I want to say also, I mean, I don't know for sure if this is like his new theme, but whatever theme they have playing for him whenever he's on, I like it. I like
I
it a
don't.
lot. What? Really?
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm like at this point in time, I feel like I'll come around to it because I'm starting to like it a little bit more than I used to. But like I don't know, it just like It's not really doing it for me. I don't know what it
It's
is.
like do 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 do. Like I don't
I
know,
don't
man. It feels
know.
like almost like comic booky, kind of like the X-Men
Yeah.
90s show in a way. Um, I don't know. It's working for me. I don't know
Don't
how I
say
feel
it.
if it would like completely replace the other one.
Oh,
Uh, I don't think I would really appreciate that, but
yeah.
I still like it a lot. You know,
Yeah.
nothing's gonna top the like original
Oh,
intro. No, they couldn't
I
do
thought that's
anything
what
to
you were about
top
to
that.
say. I thought you were
No,
gonna be
no,
like, I wouldn't be mad if they replace it. I was like, no.
no. They couldn't top the original intro. I don't think. But
So good.
if they use it throughout his show, I'm not gonna be mad. I would like it. I would enjoy it.
Yeah, I feel like eventually I'll come around to it. I mean, who knows? When Daredevil Born Again comes and I hear it all the time, every intro they play, then like maybe I'll be like, all right. Um, I
Lie to
also
yourself.
I'll be like I'll have to like gaslight myself into liking it. Um, but yeah, dude, like I said, the chemistry is amazing. It did so much for this episode to where like if it wasn't as good as it was, it probably wouldn't have worked. But they feed off of each other so well. I think the only time that it was a little bit like forced or came off a little bit forced was the rooftop scene when he's like, just follow my lead and stuff like that. I was like, but that's like the only spot, and it's not even that much. It was just kind of like, okay, you know.
I
Um,
liked everything. I don't like. I didn't even notice that she started like dancing on the rooftop
she did.
after she said. I was like, "What the hell? How did I not notice that?" But I will say, like it. I guess I can kind of agree with you. I think it was specifically when he's like, "Oh, but I got my echolocation," and like that. I think that conversation, that part of the conversation, was kind of
Yeah,
where I was like, "Okay, just it's a little bit." I don't know if it was dragging on too long or
yeah,
what. Um, but I think I can understand what you're talking about at that
yeah.
point.
That's
But
about it.
yeah, no, like down there after the hallway fight, which I don't want to skip over the hallway fight, but just
Oh yeah, no, we
talk
won't. We
pertaining
won't.
to their conversation. Down there in the fight, that was so sick. Like
That was
she's just sitting in there talking to the guy while he's whooping ass, and he's like, I don't know what he said, but obviously some lawyer stuff. Like, no, I think you should plead for temporary insanity or
temporary
whatever it
insanity.
was.
Yeah,
Um, and that was perfect. That was amazing. That was awesome stuff. But
yeah.
the hallway scene though.
Hallway scene was, and you know what? I feel like they know what we want. Obviously, they know what we want. They put the theme in there. They gave him a hallway scene that's blue after he had a red one and a greenish yellow one.
Yeah, Green Shell, yeah.
But here's my thing: the hallway scene was awesome. It was short, but it was awesome. But I think this is why they're doing. They're teasing it, and then he was about to have another one when all those dudes came in. He was about to like we were about to get a full on hallway scene,
Yeah.
and then Jen stopped it. I think that's perfect. Like I don't want to come off as like pretentious, but I don't know what for lack of a better word, symbolism. That's perfect symbolism for like Jen kind of stealing his moment and being like, this is my show. You'll get your hallway scene in your show. Just hold on for a bit. I think that
I
was
don't think that's pretentious. I think you're right. I
well,
think
just
that's
saying the symbolism in this scene is like,
shut
come
up.
on, guy. Um, I think that's kind of what they were pointing towards, though, or like nodding at, being like,
Yeah,
all right, let's go now.
I can agree too. Also because like there was a bunch of cuts and stuff too in this one. Like the hallway scenes are always one shots, you
Yeah,
know. And I feel like if they're gonna properly do an homage to that, not that this wasn't a quote unquote proper one, which I guess
yeah,
I wouldn't count it, I guess, as a proper one, but it still was one in that same vein, just not to the degree that we expect them to, I guess.
yeah.
So I hope that they do that in his show for real. And I thought that was so funny when she came in, like she was like She-Hulk smash. That was
And
perfect.
he's like, he like face palms. I thought that was so funny. But yeah, I think ultimately that's what they're kind of trying to tease. Like he'll get his time to shine. Just like wait up a bit. And then yeah, they're like going back and forth, fighting like the Leap Squad and stuff. And he's like, so who's this ninja devil dude? Is he a lawyer too? And he's like, no, I just really like law dramas or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, no, I just love Better Call Saul. I just always watch Better Call Saul.
Bro. How do you take an episode that I really love and just ruin it that quick? That's crazy.
Yes. If
That's
you love Better
crazy.
Call Saul, drop 1 in the comments and everybody spam Charlie L.
Oh, or just
But
leave. If you're a Better Call Saul fan, leave.
oh, you have lost 48 subscribers in the past. Literally all of them. But yeah, I mean, if you don't have anything else, I'll just say this, and then if you want to touch back on the fight, which also went by pretty quick.
Yeah, it did.
when when she like reconnects with Luke, and she's like, so does this mean you can make my dress for the gala? And he's like, yeah, I'm not a monster, whatever. And then he's like, try not to get too bloated between now and then.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. I was like, dude, God, he had me dying this episode.
I don't want to say savage, but that's the only thing that's coming to my mind. He's low-key savage.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe that. Please
Yeah,
edit
that
that
was
out. That was
rough.
terrible. That was
I'm
terrible.
keeping that.
That's crazy, bro. I couldn't think of anything else. But no, yeah, I mean, he's funny. But again, I'm biased. Yeah, but I think you're right about the fight scene being so short. But I gotta say, rip it and rip it. I love that
Oh
he jumped out
God.
the window. No, bro,
Jesus.
that was so good. You got me bugging. That was so good. And then
Oh, man.
obviously to jump forward, they're sitting up on the lights,
Dude, the music
talking,
again.
chatting. Dude, it
Ah,
was
you
so
you
good.
need to go rewatch it, and just like that scene. I didn't realize the music when I watched it the first time, but then I just rewatched it right now before recording. The music, bro. It's just they do it so well, and that is like the second time, and they've probably done it more, but I need to go back and watch where they've just utilized the music so well, and it just like it wraps the whole scene up. It does a lot for like the scenes that she's in with like another guy or something. Like we talked about the montage last week.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Aiden's on that music kick lately with this
bro.
show, man.
It
Aiden's on that music
it can
stuff.
do a lot. It can
No,
do a
I
lot for
agree.
a scene.
I've always been
Yeah,
adamant that like music is like one of the most important elements of any, because like if you have the wrong music, I always look to like TASM 2 and that type of thing, like the music that played when Gwen was falling, bro.
yeah.
Nah.
Or even like I know it's kind of like frowned upon now because of all like the fandom and everything, but like Stranger Things too, like they can utilize shit out of that damn music that they use, bro. Like I get choked up even hearing that song that they play all the time. It's like I don't want to cry or something like that.
Yeah.
Um
In the ocean.
yeah.
I know what you're
Oh,
talking
because
about.
I'm just like, woo, I feel it. But like, obviously, it's like frowned upon now because it's like, Chrissy, like all the Eddie. It's all just like kind of got to unlist the Stranger Things episode now. It's like, can't have
Nah,
that
everybody's
book
gonna forget when season 5 rolls around.
on. Oh
Everybody's gonna
yeah,
forget about
everyone's
it.
gonna jump back on the train.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to admit that I love that show. I like that show. But I mean, even then, but like, regardless of anything, regardless of all that other stuff, Stranger Things can utilize the shit out of their music, and they do it a lot, especially like with the old like 80s and 90s music. And even you're gonna roll your fucking eyes, but like Better Call Saul too, they do it. There's a lot of scenes that just, and even Breaking Bad, the music is just like perfect. It's just absolutely perfect.
Don't ever tell me what I'm gonna do.
And also, I'll say, Ben, if you're listening to this, skip 30 seconds. Spoilers for Breaking Bad. If skip 30 seconds. But that I always think of this because this is one of the best like uses of a music. When Walter White, spoilers again for Breaking Bad, at the end of Breaking Bad, when Walter White dies, and they're playing that song, My Baby Blue. First of all, it's called My Baby Blue, like the meth that he makes, the color baby blue. And the first couple of lines are, I guess I got what I deserved. And it just goes on. And every single like lyric just plays on like everything that happened to him in the season. But that song was made obviously years before Breaking Bad was ever even a thought. And it's so crazy how they just got so lucky with that song. It's called My Baby Blue. Every lyric explains what happened to him. And it just ends on that song. Stuff like that is make or break for like crucial scenes.
Yeah.
So
Side little tangent, real quick. I actually used to think that, and Ben, this is still kind of spoilers, I guess, but we're not gonna really talk about the what's within it. I used to think people didn't like the ending. to
Oh
Breaking
wow.
Bad. I actually thought I thought it was a hated ending to the series, but
Yeah,
now I guess people love it. I didn't, because when I watched it, I was like, I mean, this is okay. But
yeah,
I didn't think it was horrible, but I thought everybody else thought it was horrible. So yeah,
yeah.
it's strange.
I yeah, I know there's a big group of people that don't like it. Once I started posting a lot more about Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and I started getting stuff on my For You page and stuff like that, and reading comments and stuff. Um, I saw a lot of that discourse, like people not really liking how it ended, or people thinking that something different should have happened, or that he deserved better or worse or whatever.
Yeah,
Um, and I know there's a lot of that out there, and even with Better Call Saul, I mean, Better Call Saul, it happened quick. A lot of people were like, I don't really know. And it's so dumb because a lot of people, it's really just them not grasping what the hell is going on, what the show's
most of the
about.
time. That's most of the time.
And that's kind of what it was. Because I remember as soon as the episode ended, all my videos, people were coming back after the finale and they were saying like, oh, this and this, oh, this and this, and having discourse. So much of it was, no, dude, he should have taken the money, and it's like, or he should have taken the 5 years, and it's like, it
It's
just
crazy how
frustrates
many
me
people lack comprehension.
so much. I'm like, dude, were you like on your phone throughout the whole entire
Yeah,
season?
no, it's crazy.
It's
That's how I
like,
feel
come
with a
on,
lot of
dude.
Marvel stuff, and that's why I think
Yeah,
you hate Multiverse of Madness, to be honest. But we'll
I
move on.
actually like I like Multiverse of Madness. Let's be fair.
Oh, that's not what your TikTok said the other day. I was, you said,
Oh, when I was calling it garbage.
yeah, I was like, I commented, I was like, ooh, garbage. Come on now, ooh, that's crazy.
There's just a lot of the writing, bro, and that's really because the video is about Michael Waldron
Yeah,
and about how he wrote some of the characters, about how he some of his writing decisions. Okay, I get it. Y'all call it garbage. Okay, I get it. It wasn't the best. I agree. It wasn't the best. Um, Story wise and like movie wise, I thought it was one of the better. I mean, like it sits in my 15. You know, it's not terrible.
I
It's
didn't
not
know that.
amazing,
I didn't know that.
in my opinion.
I didn't know it was your
You
15.
you can go back to the oh my god, and that reminds me, we're going off so much tangents, but
Yeah.
I haven't uploaded the I don't think I uploaded the Phase 4 tier list video. I think
Oh,
I did the Phase 3 and just kind of, and then I think we got busy with like the boys and Miss Marvel. And I was like, damn, I just remember the other day. But in that section, maybe I'll upload it or maybe we can just redo it. I said that Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness sits at my 15. And that I think I put it, I can't remember what I put, if it was better or worse than Doctor Strange 1. I can't remember.
I
But
forgot about that. I completely
maybe I'll
forgot about
upload it. No, I'll send you proof. I came with the receipts, trust.
that.
Um, but I mean, yeah, the music in this show, they know what they're doing, and they're
Fantastic.
doing it very good.
Yeah, I thought the music they were playing right as they were like making out and about to go into the bedroom was
That
fantastic too.
too. Well,
Yeah.
it's a continuation of when they're sitting
Of
up
the
on the top. It like the music's like kind of in the background when they're talking, and then as soon as she's like, or we can just skip all that, and then the music kicks in and
yeah.
it takes it away. Oh, so good, bro, so
Dude,
good.
Aiden is on his composer stuff with this show. It's crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You love to see it.
I've always heard people say, I'd listen to the insider podcasts of the cast and the directors and the crew of Better Call Saul. They one of the composer that did most of the music, Dave Porter. He said that he's always told his crew or people working on the music, the scene has to work without music first in order for the music to really wrap the scene up. And I'm not the biggest, like film nerd or like
Yeah.
music guru, but that makes a lot of sense. That the scene has to work without music first before you could put the music in and make it work with that.
Yeah.
Um, and hearing his episodes and hearing him talk about like his thought process and everything about how he goes into putting music into these scenes and what type of music he uses and stuff. Um, I think it's made me appreciate it a lot more because I've always loved music. I've always been a huge music guy, but taking that and putting it into movies and into scenes and into TV shows, it's like, oh, okay, I catch that. I caught that right there. So I can
Definitely.
appreciate it a lot more.
I definitely agree. 1000%. I didn't know you think it like that. That's cool. Okay.
I can only
Um
hope we see more of it, in the next coming like shows and stuff.
Yeah. I feel
I'm,
like I feel like you're right. They haven't really utilized it very
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Um,
Even in like the the first Wakanda Forever trailer. Oh my god, bro! It that song. As soon as I hear it, I get chills and I get choked up. No
yeah.
woman, no cry. I'm like, because like I can just picture like the trailer and like how
Seriously.
it starts off, and just Chadwick Boseman comes to mind, and I'm just like, that
1000%.
so good. So I'm expecting a lot from like Wakanda Forever, especially. And if they use like that song, or if they use some like banger during his funeral or something, oh, regardless, even if they don't, I'm gonna be in that theater sobbing. Like,
I'm gonna be crying at the beginning of the movie, man.
dude,
That's crazy.
we're a month away, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
we're a month away,
That's
dude. A
insane.
month away. I can't wait. I
That's
legit can't wait.
insane. Wow.
Um, but yeah, and then man, we get a ton of dialogue to the fourth wall at the end of this
Yeah. Well, hold
episode.
on. Man's walk of shame or the
Uh,
walk of pride. I'll call that. That was a walk of pride. What you got to do there,
he's like
Mr.
walking up and
Matthew.
he's like, oh,
Morning.
whistling. Good morning, dude. I was like, oh my god, no way they just did
Dude,
this.
I knew that was gonna make so many people mad, bro, but I
Oh,
loved
and
it.
it
I
did, and
loved
it
it. Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I that's one thing I loved about this episode is just seeing the tears. I have the tears right here. Let me take a drink from the tears.
That's like ooh, that's salty.
Ah, from all of the sweaty nerds crying their asses
Oh, they were
off.
sweaty tears. They were
Yeah,
sweaty tears.
makes it even better, bro. Adds the flavor. I'm telling you. Ain't nothing better.
Oh my god.
Ain't nothing better than drinking the tears of these sweaty nerds. Yeah, I knew a lot of people were gonna complain, and
That's what made it sweeter. You're right.
yeah,
It made it sweeter. I was
it
watching that. I
made it
was
so
like,
much
oh
better.
man, I love this, and I just
Keep
love that
doing
people
it.
are pissed.
Have
Yeah,
him have him stand there and be like,
walk the rest
"He's
of the
right
episode.
behind me, isn't he?" No. Oh my god,
Dude,
he's right behind me, isn't he?
that was a deep cut.
Oh my
But
god.
yeah, no, we get a bunch of fourth wall breaks at the very end. They're like, I feel like this should be over. I feel like this should. And I was at the very beginning of that. I was like, okay, this is kind of corny. Like, just you're setting up like, oh, I feel like it should be ending here. Oh, there's probably something else that's about to happen. And then I thought I was gonna cut away to another cliffhanger thing, like what
Oh
happened.
really?
Yeah, like I think it was the end of episode 6 where they opened like the cases of the vials that they're going to use to get her blood or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
I thought it was going to be like one of those. It was just going to cut away to that, but I appreciated it more because it wasn't that. It actually like was more story and her going to the gala and stuff like that, which I didn't expect to get that in this episode as well.
Yeah,
So
I was kind of like thrown off. I was like, "Oh yeah, we still have the gala." Like I had the same reaction as hers. Oh yeah, the gala. Um, yeah, and then she's like, "Is it gonna be a twist? Like, there's another Hulk, and this one's red." And then, dude, she drops such an amazing line. She's like, "Or am I about to get fridged?" Like, as
yeah,
if they're gonna kill you.
yeah,
Bro.
you-
I was like, "Yo, what fridged?" I thought that was great. And then obviously, Nikki comes back in with like the
the
Wolverine
Wolverine
claws.
claw.
As
Oh my god,
I
man,
thought that
had
was
it on
great.
deck, bro. He had it
I was
on
just like
deck.
messing with the tripod the whole time. I got the tripod Wolverine claws right here for the audio listeners. Shout out to Ben calling us on our BS from the last episode.
We're gonna mute it for him. We're gonna find out how to mute it for just him.
Yeah. There's lots of shout outs to Ben. He got to be paying us for all this. He has like he has almost like 3 times our subscribers. Come on, man.
Yeah, bro.
Subscribe to us. Come subscribe to us. I'm kidding. I love the Ben. But yeah, and then she arrives at the gala and everything. I thought it was so good how it wasn't just her award. Like they can't just give one female award. They're like Jennifer She-Hulk Walters and Mallory Brooke and so and so and so and so and so. I was like, oh, that's a good touch. It kind of makes it like, why not just like have one female award, for one of us? But I thought that was good. And
Let's go.
Mallory dropping one of the hardest lines in all of the show. They're like, what's it like being a female lawyer? She's like, twice the work, half the recognition, always being asked what it's like to be a female lawyer.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
What an acceptance speech.
that was great.
Jen's
And
like,
then
I just want to take this moment to thank my mom and my dad.
I was like, "Oh, no," because everyone's was all quick, and I was like, "Jen, please." I
Yeah, I
thought she
was
was
like,
just gonna
this
go.
is
I was like,
embarrassing.
"No, dude,
Jen,
no."
come on, just keep the flow, keep the flow.
And then it took a turn for the worst. Oh my
That was
god.
it. This is actually crazy. It gave it
Um,
just straight chills right from the
yeah,
beginning.
yeah.
Um, there's people I saw they were spotting like, oh, Spider-Man in the pictures that showed up here. Like, that's what you're focusing on, bro. No, because they showed there was some pictures from Civil War,
Uh,
of
uh,
at the airport. And you could see Spider-Man for like a split second. I was like, that's what we're looking at in this scene.
I know, like, come on.
I'm sitting here in this scene. I'm like, I feel so bad for Jennifer. Like, this is absolutely disgusting stuff to see, and I can only imagine. Like,
Yeah.
that's got to be insane.
Dude, and then it completely caught me off guard. It's just like they finished their rant, and then it's like, and she's a slut. And I was like,
Yeah, no.
"What?"
I was like, what the hell?
I was
This is
like,
Disney
"Oh,
Plus.
no." Yeah, I was like, "Whoa." Like, that really got me. And then they just start playing the scenes. Oh, man.
I
I was
love
like,
the shot, man, when she breaks the TV and then she just looks up and then it's just like the
"Oh,
side of
like the
her. Yeah.
corner." Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Love that.
So good.
CGI looked immaculate,
Yeah.
which maybe wasn't even seen. I feel like that's a shot where they could just do really good makeup, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
but then watching her just stare at that one guy across the room, and I was like, bro, she's about to tear you apart. And
Yeah.
then I thought she was about to calm down, but then when she just bust through the wall after that guy,
I
and then
was like, "Oh,
she,
she's gone, dude."
yeah, no, and dude, this is a perfect callback to episode 1
Yeah.
when they see you as a monster. It's impossible. I can't remember the exact quote. When they see you as a monster, it's or almost impossible for them to not see you, or for them to see you as anything else.
Yeah.
And that was this moment for Jen.
She even
And
looks at the camera and she's like, "Shit." Like, she doesn't
yeah,
say anything like quirky or funny. She's just like, "Oh, like shit." And I was
it's
like, "Oh,
banger. And this is why this episode works on its own without Daredevil as well.
yeah,
Absolute banger. That was like, what an incredible way to end it. And I say incredible, it's like it's a disgusting situation, but
yeah."
the
It
way
brings I don't mean to cut you off,
no,
but
you're fine.
it's exactly what you said, and this is how I felt as soon as it brings everything from episode 1 full circle. How she told Bruce, "Look, I can control my anger. I'm good. I'm fine. Like, I got all my training done. I'm just better at this than you. Like, I got it." And he's like, "All right, I trust you." And then it something like that happens, and she lashes out, and she's like, "Shit, I just screwed up in the biggest way possible."
Yeah.
It brings it all full circle. And that it's so good because a lot of people, including myself, was like, she is facing no conflict whatsoever. She becomes a Hulk and everything is immediately awesome for her. Like, she's not facing any conflict. And but I did say, if you go back to the episodes, maybe they're setting something up for the future. Maybe they're setting up a different type of conflict. Episode 1 and 2 is pushed so far back in our minds because we are like, what, almost 7 weeks removed from that we are just going along with this show. This is amazing. We just got Daredevil. Jen is going to the gala. Great. Oh shit, she lost her control, and she doesn't have like now she's facing conflict, and she doesn't have everything under wraps like she thought she did, like we thought she did. And I think that's so beautiful to bring it all full circle, because everyone was like, she isn't facing any conflict. Everything's being handed to her. She's just picked it all up. No, like, we thought she did. She thought she did. And everything was going good until she did face some huge conflict, and boom.
Yeah.
And they end it. And I think that's perfect.
And I like it because it's not showing that she was wrong about the certain things she was saying in episode 1 that so many people had a problem with, how she controls her anger. Like, obviously this is such an extreme situation. Like, if anybody can control their anger in this situation, they have to be a different breed of human
Oh,
being.
yeah.
But it doesn't show that she's wrong in the sense that, like, she is still better at it. But she was naive to the fact that she thought she could withstand anything coming her way with this in this newfound arena of superpowers,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the type of attention that it brings clearly to her, and the type of disgusting people that can come about due to those things. And so she's not necessarily wrong, or wrong at all. Actually, she's just naive and didn't fully grasp the weight of what could potentially come later on down the road, of things that she hasn't dealt with before. So yeah, and this was one of those things.
Yeah, I thought that was a perfect ending and a perfect way to wrap everything up right before the finale, which
Yeah.
now they're able to play off of everything. And also, according to some like clips and stuff, we see Hulk and Abomination fighting again,
Yeah.
which is good that we get confirmation that we get to see Hulk one more time. Which
I hope we
then
get an explanation. I hope we get an
that's what
explanation.
I'm saying. It's like, okay, so you went to Sakar, but now you're back. Like,
What were you
damn,
doing there? I need to know what you
like,
were doing
yeah. I hope we get something. We're still on the lookout for Kevin Feige cameo. Haven't forgot about that. We'll see. Still on the lookout for Ben Grimm. Uh,
there.
I don't
Man,
know. I
that
mean,
one's wishful thinking.
yeah. I'm just thinking, like, imagine someone walks in her office and she's like, "Who are you? My name's Ben Grimm." Boom, Ben
Kind
Grimm's
of
the
sounded like
MCU.
Korg right there, bro. I was like, if Ben sounds like Korg, oh my god.
Dude.
Hey,
Ben Grimm,
my name's Ben Grimm.
played by
Stupid.
Taika Waititi.
I
Hey,
swear.
two Rock characters played by Taika Waititi. Oh, was that real quick? Was that Damage Control?
I thought so, actually.
Yeah,
Like
it
the
looked
style
like
of
it.
weapons and suits, it looked like it to me as well.
I wonder how
But
they
I
were.
don't know why they would have. I guess they are a government agency. Maybe
Yeah,
I was gonna say why. I don't know why they'd have jurisdiction, but
yeah. I mean everything with Miss Marvel. I mean they were so quick to jump on like Kamala for everything. Um,
yeah,
I wouldn't put it past them to jump on Jen as soon as she lashes out.
yeah,
Um, yeah. So we got Damage Control, and that is She-Hulk episode 7. Banger.
yeah.
Um,
Absolute banger.
we need to get into last minute predictions and how in the hell this show gets wrapped up. Because tomorrow night is a finale, which is insane to say. Um,
Nine episodes.
yeah,
That's crazy. Starting
and
back in August.
nothing from here until Black Panther. So
Yep.
we got
And then
about
after Black Panther, nothing until February with Ant-Man.
oh man,
Oh, sorry, holiday special. Excuse me. Yeah.
um, oh man, yeah, we're gonna be in a long downtime, and
Yeah.
especially because a lot of stuff doesn't drop in January. I wouldn't even be surprised if Ant-Man ends up getting pushed back to like March or something, um, the same way as Morbius did last year, just because the beginning of the year isn't typically good for like movies and stuff.
Then again, I guess
Um,
Black Panther dropped in February, the first one,
oh, it
and
did.
yeah, and I think it made 1 billion. I
Oh
could be
yeah,
wrong.
it definitely made a billion. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then maybe they will stick with the February spot. Because I've been thinking, yeah, that's Sony. Sony was like, oh, we can't keep it in. What would they have
Yeah,
Morbius coming out like January something?
it was like late January, and then this like, Spider-Man's still doing good. We want
Yeah,
more money, so
yeah, Sony. But I don't think Marvel would do it. So yeah, February. So we got about December, January to come up with something to keep this channel afloat. All right, last minute predictions. Um, I don't know,
I don't
man.
think we're gonna find out who the actual villain is. Um, I think it'll be some tease at someone greater that's gonna be touched on more in Captain America 4.
Okay.
I don't think we'll get or if we do find out who the villain of this show is, he's just the smaller guy in comparison to the bigger guy, and the bigger guy is going to be something to do with maybe leader in Captain America 4, something like that. One of those two is what I'm going to say.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think it's just been this intelligentsia group. in this Hulk King thing. But yeah, I can back you up with who the leader is on it. The leader of this group, I wouldn't put it past Todd. I wouldn't put it past Josh, but I could also see them just being pawns and it being someone bigger, maybe Val, trying to make her own Hulk. But
Yeah.
I don't see why she would go to the lengths of like exposing Hulk. I feel like the blood was one thing and the exposing at the gala is another thing. I don't see because I'm struggling to think of someone, an already established character. Let's say maybe Thunderbolt Ross. Let's go through him first. I don't see him exposing Hulk or She Hulk. I don't see him going by the name Hulk King. I can see him trying to get the blood. Everything else, no. Val, I can see her trying to get the Hulk blood. Maybe going by the name Hulk King. I don't know. I don't see her exposing Jen for like insane shit like, oh, she's a slut. Like, no, I just don't see another girl tearing down another girl like that in the MCU. The leader, I don't know. I feel like
I
he
could
fits
just see them
all.
teasing towards
Yeah.
him.
But even then, like, unless he's been through a lot and made some drastic changes throughout these past couple years to go out and be like, yeah, She Hulk's a slut. I'm exposing She Hulk. It's like, you know, um, who else? Titania, maybe being the head of Intelligentsia,
Nah,
trying to get her blood.
she's too not dumb, but because she like just think about how she went straight to the wedding to like fight her. Like she doesn't plan and do that sort of thing.
I wouldn't put it past her though, especially because her whole plan has been to tear She Hulk down. I don't know. I just don't see Todd or Josh as being like you said, smart enough to like craft all of this. And I see them being perfect pawns because they're brainless pieces of shit. But I don't see them like heading this whole operation.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's any other candidates. Dr. Doom? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Okay, so I guess I really feel like it's Titania behind all of this.
Okay. Can't wait for you to be wrong. That's crazy.
I cannot wait to be right.
That's
If I'm right, next week you have to come in here and apologize, agree with all of my takes, and
you asking for too much.
explain how wrong you were. If I'm right, if I'm so wrong and
You're
so
gonna
in
be.
the wrong,
You're gonna be. Don't worry. You're gonna.
all
be.
right, then you shouldn't be scared to put that on the line.
Okay. You know what?
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You
Bet.
heard it here
You're gonna
first.
be wrong. You're gonna be
You heard
wrong.
it here first. Titania is the head of Intelligentsia. Okay, then what's your top tier, top notch bet on who the main villain is?
I
The
do think
leader,
it's.
and that he
I don't
won't
think
be.
Josh is the leader. I don't think Josh is the leader. Josh is definitely part of it. But he's a little. Oh, hey, Hulk King! Look, I did this for you. I did this
Yeah.
for you, Mr. Hulk King. Actually, you know what? And the fact that he recorded himself, recorded her. Todd's super into She-Hulk, like in an almost like perverse way. It's Todd.
Yeah.
Todd is top dog. Todd is top dog
He
of
kind of
Intelligentsia.
seems like kind of a not a businessman, but he kind of seems like a kick back and relax, whereas Todd was like more of like a pawn doing like the dirty work and like all kind of awkward and weird, whereas Todd is more like super full of himself, as if like, yeah, I got all this stuff, like whatever, like this is my plan. I wouldn't put it past Todd. Josh definitely just like,
And just think about
bitch.
him being at the gala, right? He's pissed because of what she did at their like quote unquote date. It wasn't a date, but he wanted it to be a date.
Yeah.
How she like blew him off. He's pissed, so now he's like, so this is what it is, revenge porn. It was revenge for blowing him off.
Yeah.
I'm 100% right, bro. I'm 100%. I can't wait for next week and you're gonna be like, oh, you were right, Charlie. You were right, bro. I can't wait. That's
Imagine
crazy.
it's like Titania and Josh working together.
Damn.
I mean, dude, damn,
no, that's not happening. That's not happening. Nope.
dude,
Nope.
I
No.
might be onto something.
No. Definitely not.
Because, like, think about it. Titania is working so hard to take down She-Hulk. Todd went on a date with her, asking about her blood and everything. I can just imagine them in the background getting together and being like, "Look, you want to take her down? I want to take her down. She kicked your ass and she like exposed like your perfume and all that stuff. Why don't you come join us?" There are literally set pictures of Bruce Banner and mocap with Titania.
Fair point. That got cut. I'm willing to bet that got cut though.
Mic drop.
Nah, that got cut. It got cut.
Mic drop.
It got cut from the show.
I'm going to
1,000%.
put $10 on it.
You want to be down $10? That's what you telling me right now? Yo,
You
audio
wanna be down
audio
$10.
listeners, he just shrugged, bro. I want to be down 10. I don't lose, baby. I don't lose. I ain't
You
out
are
here
this
losing.
week. You are this week when Titania and Josh are teaming up and they are the head of Intelligentsia and Hulk comes in. Hulk kicks Titania's ass. She-Hulk kicks Todd's ass. And that's our finale. And then we
That's
get Ben Grimm
crazy.
and Kevin Feige. No. all right.
Chat, not chat. I thought we were live. Well, hey, comment below what I should do with my $10 next week, guys. Comment below what I should do with my $10 next week.
Give it
Or
to
this
me
week, next
because
episode.
I'll be right. Oh, I can't wait to see. Well, now that we got some stakes on it, it'd be a fun finale. That was She-Hulk episode 6. Finale next week. Banger after banger after banger. Hopefully they close it out and we have a good time with it. Charlie, any closing thoughts, statements, predictions?
Fantastic episode. 2 bangers in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this show. Episode 3, 4, and 5, or 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6 really weren't that good. But they're stepping it up, and I hope they land this finale. Finales are always, as we know, the hard point for all these MCU. I just said that. That's crazy.
No!
I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah, you're done.
Guys, you have permission to yell at me, bro.
You're done for.
I can't believe I said that. I'm actually mad at myself. That's crazy.
You're done for, bro. You're done.
MCU, bro. Come on, man. Guys, it was an accident, please.
Oh man, that's a bad slip up.
I'll pay you guys the $10. The MCU always has this problem with its finales. We know this. Loki, I think, was the only really good one, fantastic one. It's my favorite one. I actually can't think of it. I guess honestly, Moon Knight is probably my second, and I don't even like Moon Knight. So, that just goes to show like how bad the finales kind of are. But yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes though. But thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back with the next episode this week. And hopefully it's a fantastic little banger.
And drop 5 stars on Spotify, Apple, Google. Give us a 5-star review. Even if you don't like us, give us a 5-star. I'd be like, hey, I don't like your face. And I'll be like, all right, bet.
Hey, thanks for the 5-star.
Pushes it to the algorithm. Or even if you just actually don't give us a 1-star review. Give us a 5-star review. Drop a comment. Let us know your thoughts. NLE, if you've watched this far, because I know NLE be watching. Drop a comment. Anybody, show some support. Dislike, like, whatever you're feeling, whatever you want to feel. However you feel like showing your support. Okay, continue.
Sorry. Yeah, and if you're on YouTube, drop a like, subscribe, click that notification bell. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. That was where I was going with it. So you hit the nail on the head. And guys, if you have a phone, scan this QR code for me real quick. I'll keep it up for about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Scan that for me, and you'll get a free $5 on Cash App.
There you go. Yeah. All right. Let us know what you did with those $5, free $5 on Cash App. If you scan the QR code on video, you can go scan it real quick on video. If you're
Yeah.
listening on audio, go scan it real quick.
Yeah, on
You know-
audio. If you're on audio, come over to YouTube. Come over to the YouTube version of the podcast. Skip forward to the hour 13-minute mark. Come scan the QR code I just flashed up on screen. You won't regret it.
Or like hour 3, we were live for like, or we were.
Oh
recording
yeah,
for like
hour
10
3.
minutes before.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
well,
Yeah,
you know
get it.
what spot to come to. Scan that QR code for a surprise. And with that, take us out, Charlie.
All right. Again, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys each and every week. These episodes have been doing great. We appreciate you guys. It's a shame that this is ending, even though it hasn't been the greatest so far. But I mean, this episode was what you guys get it. It hasn't been the greatest, but it's getting really good. So thank you guys so much. We'll be back with the next episode. Adios.
Peace.